For those of you that are here for the ThriveCart training, we're going to go ahead and start that now. So first things first, what is ThriveCart? Why do I want it? Do I want it? Do I not need it? So ThriveCart is a tool. I'm going to go ahead and just pull up the sales page for it. This is what it looks like right now. And it cracks me up. I've been looking at this page for probably 5 years. It has not changed in the 5 years that I have been on it, right? So you guys know this. Okay. I always love when there's a countdown and I'm like, no, it's not really a countdown. It's been here for 5 years. However, I will tell you, as a ThriveCart partner, they did email us like December-ish, and they were like, there is no guarantee. It will always be a lifetime license. And so you better let your people know if they want ThriveCart for one payment, they better do it. But here we are in March now, and they still haven't changed it. So I truthfully cannot tell you if or when this licensing deal will end. I can't tell you. I have literally no earthly idea. But I have known about ThriveCart for a long time because as a digital systems coach, I've helped people with various tools. And so I've learned about them, I researched them. And so there are a lot of things that I love about ThriveCart. So my partner links lydiamartin.biz/ThriveCart. And if you come in here and click to get a lifetime account, you'll see it's $4.95. One of the biggest draws to ThriveCart is that it's a one-time fee. $500 is still $500, but think about it for just a minute. This gives you the ability to create checkout pages that you can share with people where they can buy something from you. That's just the basic bottom line. It doesn't only create checkout pages, it creates very nice checkout pages, like checkout pages that convert very well when designed well with the right elements. I'll show you some of mine in a minute. And so to pay one time for this and have it for life is quite a deal, because for a lot of other tools that we pay for, it's an ongoing subscription, right? Which adds up over time. Now, if you want to use ThriveCart for some of the bigger things that it does, meaning there is something now called ThriveCart Learn, and it's newer, hasn't always been a part of ThriveCart, but you can now sell courses, digital downloads, things like that, and deliver it through ThriveCart. And so to do that, you would want to get the pro version, still only $6.90. I mean, really not a bad deal for all that it does, for sure. And so the other reason why you would need the pro version is if you're going to use ThriveCart for an affiliate program. This truthfully is why I bought ThriveCart. I didn't really need checkout pages. I didn't need a payment processor. I've had Kajabi for 4 years. I bought Kajabi like 3 or 4 months before I even launched my business. So I had everything I needed in Kajabi. I didn't need ThriveCart. I still bought it about 2 years in because it is a very well-known affiliate platform. And I knew one day I wanted to have a very robust affiliate program, which we do now. We revamped it last July. And so with 90 or so plus affiliates, like 7 or 8 or 9 programs that affiliates can earn money on, I was very happy with Kajabi's affiliate program, but there was one thing Kajabi didn't do, and that was auto pay affiliates. And so for me, automation is everything. Like I just want less to do in my life. So when we started getting like 30 partners, 40 partners, like sometimes people would sell something for me. And if I didn't remember to go into my reports, I didn't even know. Like I wasn't getting notifications. You have to like go into reports, download a report. It tells you how much to pay them. I'd have to go into PayPal, manually pay them. Like sometimes I would miss 3 months would go by and I'm like, oh my gosh, so-and-so should have $18 from me. And I'm like, that was just stressing me out. And I thought, I want to make sure my affiliates are always paid on time, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to manually do it. I don't want to even pay someone on my team to do it. So that was truly my whole motivation for moving to ThriveCart. What I didn't realize when I moved is the only way it auto pays affiliates is if you offer PayPal as a payment option. PayPal. So I am okay with PayPal, but I really love Stripe. It's just very efficient. And there's something a little unique about PayPal, accepting PayPal for payments. If you haven't heard this from me before. And one of those things is when you have a subscription model, like I do with Ignite, if you've paid for Ignite through PayPal, at any time you can go into PayPal and cancel that subscription. And I would never know unless I'm going into PayPal and manually looking to see if anyone has done that. Not fun. I don't want to do that. You see what I'm saying? It's just right. Terry's like, I divorced PayPal. There's just that little thing got me so mad. When I first launched on Kajabi, I did Stripe and PayPal. And then I had like 3 payment plans for digital clutter cure. And people had gone in and said, I'm not paying for the 3rd payment. And I didn't even know it until like months later. And I was like, what is happening here? Like, people should not be allowed to go in after they've agreed to pay 3 payments of something and just decide not to pay. So I pulled PayPal out of everything Kajabi. I don't accept PayPal on Kajabi. Like, it just went. And so I moved to ThriveCart for this affiliate program that I'm so excited about, and it will not auto pay affiliates unless I accept PayPal as a payment. So that was a little bit of a bummer. I still accepted it. And so if you check out with me now and no, it's not just with affiliates, like any product that I have affiliates promote, I have to accept Stripe and PayPal in order to auto pay those affiliates. And now that it's all set up, it is working swimmingly, I will say. But the amount of work that it took to transfer 9 programs from Kajabi checkouts to ThriveCart checkouts, connecting them through Zapier, setting up the PayPals, like, it is not for the faint of heart. So here is my words to all of you. If you have a tool like Thinkific, Kartra, Go High Level, Kajabi, I don't care. Like, if you're using one of the kind of all-encompassing tools and it's working for you, my tip is to keep using it. It really is. Like, you have to have the mental space and the physical time to connect a tool like ThriveCart to something you're already using. All right. Don't go down that path until you or your team is committed to that process. Okay. It's time consuming. I'm not going to beat around the bush on that one. But if you don't have a tool, I have worked with a lot of people who were like, I don't have Kajabi. I don't have a tool that I don't even have a payment processor set up. I want to sell this one course and I want to dip my toe in because I'm not even sure I'm committed to this business yet. It doesn't really make sense for someone like that to invest in a huge tool when they don't even know if they're going to be here 6 months from now. Like, I was all in my business. I wanted what would do everything and I didn't have to think about it. That's why I went with Kajabi. If I had been more of the hobby person or the dip the toe person, it's less risky or scary, I guess, to invest in a tool that's just a one-time payment and not an ongoing subscription. So that's why we have people who don't use the more robust tools. They just want to get ThriveCart so they can do very simple things: create a checkout page, create a payment, and deliver something. Bing, bam, do. Okay. So a lot of people use ThriveCart as their main tool, but ThriveCart is not an all-in-one platform. So I just want to be very clear that when you have ThriveCart, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need an email service provider. ThriveCart is not sending emails for you. Okay. So you have to connect ConvertKit, ActiveCampaign, something. Okay. In order to send emails. It also does not host videos. See, in Kajabi, when I create my courses, I can upload as many videos as I want. It doesn't cost me another thing. I don't need a YouTube channel. I don't need Vimeo. I don't need any of that. It's just part of the platform. In ThriveCart, they don't have that kind of storage because it's not included. So you have to have Vimeo or YouTube. That's where you upload the videos for your courses. And then you take the links to those and put them in your ThriveCart course. Okay. It's not a bad thing. You just need to be aware of this, because if you don't like how YouTube showcases videos, you're probably going to want Vimeo, and Vimeo you're going to pay for. Okay. So, but Vimeo is a great tool, by the way, if you need video hosting. I do recommend it. Some other things that it doesn't do. Like you can totally create sales pages in ThriveCart. You can even create sales page / checkout pages in ThriveCart. But again, it's not doing the more robust things like Kajabi. You can do a podcast, you can do a community. They have a coaching product. None of that stuff's in ThriveCart, and not everybody needs it. Okay, so I'm just trying to help you understand the difference. When would I need Zapier? You would need Zapier if you need to connect ThriveCart to something. Okay, Valerie, you use ThriveCart, don't you? Yeah. So what email service provider are you using? Because I would love to ask you a question.
I'm using ConvertKit.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Are you connecting ConvertKit natively into ThriveCart, or do you have to use Zapier?
No, it has a native connection, and you can assign tags too based on what people do.
And so for every email service provider that has API that connects with ThriveCart, you're going to be able to do it natively, no Zapier. Thank you for confirming that. That was my understanding, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, and I was going to say too, with the ThriveCart Learn for courses, I use StreamYard for all my videos anyway, because I have a StreamYard account. And then it's real easy. You just take the embed code after you do your StreamYard and edit it or whatever, and you put the embed code directly into your course.
And you would do the same thing with YouTube or Vimeo. So on any one of these platforms where you're able to store videos, you could probably even do it with Zoom. There's probably an embed code on Zoom. So all that means is when you go to your video, you have to look for a share option that gives you a code. And that's the code you put in on ThriveCart. And that's what makes the video viewable, even though it's being hosted somewhere else.
Right.
I just want everyone to understand your video has to be hosted somewhere else. It's the way ThriveCart's able to keep things so cheap, right? They're not hosting billions of videos for people. Okay. All right. So you don't need Zapier if you're connecting something with ThriveCart that's natively able to connect. It does not natively connect with Kajabi. So for anybody who already has Kajabi, you would need Zapier to get those two tools to talk to each other. So you can always do a search on ThriveCart to see what tools are natively connect and integrate and which ones don't. Okay. All right. Excellent. So, and again, some of you are not going to need this, but I wanted you to know what was inside so that you would know if it was worth it to you. So once you have a ThriveCart account, I have mine up over here. One of the things that took me the longest to understand about ThriveCart is that you have to create a product to create a checkout page. And so you kind of have to know a few things about the product you're creating in order to build this thing. So I thought, let me show you some examples of checkout pages I've created in ThriveCart, and then I will show you how to create one. And some of these are under tests and they're not actual things. But let me just pull up a couple of them. My very first one I did was actually Digital Clutter Cure. So let's pull that one up. Here it is. This one's live. Okay. So what do I mean by this? So because I use Kajabi, I still build all of my sales pages in Kajabi. If I'm going to build a sales page, I like the customability that I have in Kajabi. If you don't have a tool like this, you could totally take like what you see here and build it in a ThriveCart page. How long that takes you and the options you have, it's just going to take practice. But I just want everybody to understand that when you go to my programs tab on my website, when you see a sales page like this, I did build it in Kajabi. But when you click on the button, this is a ThriveCart checkout page. Okay. And why am I doing this? I didn't do this for years, 3.5 years. I always use Kajabi checkouts. But for my affiliate program to be in ThriveCart, my checkout page has to be in ThriveCart. This is what tells ThriveCart who sent someone here so I can pay that person. Okay. And so anytime you see a checkout page that looks different than a Kajabi checkout page, it means it's part of my affiliate program. But people, they don't know the difference. Like, unless they're really paying attention to a URL, they don't know they've moved to a different tool. To them, it's just seamless. And so this is an example of a ThriveCart checkout page. This is my Digital Clutter Cure. So all of that was created in ThriveCart. Let's go to a different one. Let's go to, again, sales page in Kajabi. This is for my affiliate marketing workshop. When you click on it, takes you to how much it is, still on my Kajabi page. But when I click this is a ThriveCart checkout page. And so I want you to kind of see the differences. They all look a little different because just like anything, you're deciding what's on it, where it goes, what the pricing is. You can do testimonials, you decide all these things. And so far you've seen what's called a 2-column checkout page, but you don't have to build them like that. Let me show you the Ignite one. So this is my Ignite sales page on my website. If they click to go to this, see how it says 2 different options. Let's just click on this first button. This again is a ThriveCart checkout page. This is much simpler. It's 1 column because all the information was on that sales page. So I don't repeat myself. It's just like, okay, good, you're ready, let's get in. And checkout pages, you're collecting any information you need. Again, I have my 2 payment options on here. They can pay with a credit card or PayPal, all of that stuff. So I just wanted you to kind of see what they all look like. So how do you know they're an affiliate? The code. Yep. So I'm going to talk about the affiliate setup in a bit. Let me go ahead and keep going on just how to create the pages themselves first. So let's just do a quick mock one together. So you're going to go to products inside ThriveCart and you're going to click create product. I'm guessing for most of you, it's a digital product. So I'm just going to say create new product. And then you need to go through these different tabs. And each one is asking for key information that determines what happens when someone buys this offer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just call this example product. Here's where I would pick whatever I want the URL to be. We'll just leave that as it is here. And notice how you can keep it in test mode and work with it until you're ready. So test mode, one thing that's kind of cool about ThriveCart, makes it super simple. If it's in test mode, you can literally pretend like you're checking out. It gives you a fake credit card to punch in, and then you can test the whole funnel. Make sure you're getting the right emails, make sure the thank you page looks good, success page, everything's rocking and rolling. Or if the offer is over and you no longer have it anymore, you can disable it. Okay. And then when it's ready to be live for everyone, you would switch it to live. For right now, I'm just going to keep it in test mode. So notice how it says next. So I'm going to do the next tab here. So I'm doing all of these tabs and then I'm doing these tabs. Okay. So make sure you do everything. Okay. So here we are in pricing. This is where you're choosing, okay, USD. And then I'm saying, what's my product price on this? So is this a split pay, subscription, pay your own price? What are different things? Let's just say this is split pay. Okay. And maybe I'm going to do 3 payments of $97. Okay. And it says, do I want them to get an email just when they first purchase, or do I want them to get an email every time they have a payment? That's up to you. I could do both if I wanted to, but see how it's telling you they're going to be charged $97 now and then $97 every month for the next 2 months. That's what the total is. We're not going to limit it to how many people can buy. All right. So that's step 2. Keep going. And then it says name it. So if you don't, this is literally what it will say on the checkout page. So I would say something like 3 easy payments of $97. Okay. I can get this to say whatever I want. Okay. Yeah. Terry says, when would you use pay what you want? There's lots of options on that, I guess. I've never done pay what you want, but there's lots of reasons why I guess people do. Sometimes they want to test the market, see what people would pay. Other times it's a nonprofit, or maybe not a nonprofit, but just like you said, they're wanting to offer something for free, but take sort of a donation thing, kind of like Patreon would do. So things like that. Pretty rare, but is there as an option. All right. So now that I've done that, do you notice how it says, is there another pricing option? So, yep, I have 3 easy payments, but maybe I also want to offer a discount if they pay all at once. Let's just say if they pay all at once, it's going to be $247. Okay. No trial period. You really wouldn't put anything there unless you have a subscription, unless you were going to give them like 7 days of access for free, something like that. Send an email, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then what do you want this to say? One-time payment. I could say, save 40 whatever dollars it is. Okay. I don't know what the actual math is, but whatever you wanted to say here, one-time payment, save $45. So if they pay in full, they're going to get a discount. Okay. And yep, we only need them to purchase it once. So that's correct. I'm going to hit save. So see how we now have 2 payment options on here. You're going to see what this looks like on the checkout page after we've done this. Okay. So I've done these. I don't usually click either of these options. I just hit next. Notice this. I've taught you guys how to add bumps on Kajabi checkout pages. You can add bumps on your ThriveCart pages as well. If you're going to do a bump, you would just click here and you would put in all of the information about that bump. A bump would be something like when I sell my Canva workshop, if you want to buy a pack of Canva templates from me, that could be a bump. And so they can choose to add that to their total before they check out. I'm just going to hit next, not doing that right now. And then you have, again, these options of how do you want to accept payments? If I don't have PayPal activated here, I cannot auto pay my affiliates. So that's why they're both on here. Just so you know, I'm going to go ahead and activate this one. There are 2 choices in ThriveCart when you choose PayPal or Stripe. And legacy is like the most basic. Am I using PayPal or am I using a credit card? But just so you know, if you do the enhanced version, you get even more options when people check out. I recommend doing enhanced for larger priced products. So for my online revenue, wrong one, challenge revenue roadmap, that program's $13.97. And I want people to be able to choose a payment plan through PayPal or through Afterpay. That's when I usually pick this enhanced option. And so you pick the account that you have tied to your PayPal. I'm just going to hit save. And then I'm going to do the same thing up here with Stripe. I'm going to do the enhanced one, pick my Stripe account, hit save. You'll see what this looks like when we get to checkout, but you have to activate at least one of these things in order to accept payments. I know I'm going super fast, but remember, this is going to be on replay. So you will 100% be able to come back and rewatch this as often as needed. The last tab on this product tab is, are affiliates going to be promoting this product? So in my case, they do. So I would have clicked this, and right here is where I set up the commissions that are earned. So this is going to help Honey and anybody else that has an affiliate program, but you get to decide for each pricing option. I usually do the same for all. I give a certain percentage. So it's usually 30 to 40%, depends on the product. So you modify that here. And then right here is where I choose that after a 30-day delay, I want my affiliates to be paid automatically. This will only show here if you have PayPal as one of your payment options. You can also choose to always pay affiliates on a specific day of the month, but I like doing a 30-day delay. That way, if for whatever reason, somebody purchased something wrong or got a refund, super rare, but still, if you sell one of my programs as an affiliate, 30 days later, that money is being sent to you through PayPal, and I don't ever have to think about it. You just get paid automatically. It's a wonderful thing. All right. So I hit save here. Other things, this is kind of getting a little technical for those with affiliate programs, but we'll go ahead and talk about this while we're here. This is also where you're going to choose some very specific things as far as your affiliates goes. For example, do you want to auto approve everyone who requests to be a partner with you? Do you want to manually approve them? Okay, right now we have auto approve, but I think I'm going to switch to manual. We had someone join as a partner who I basically removed because what they do does not align with me and my business, even 1%. Their website was called Satan something. And they were affiliate marketers who do nothing with courses. They literally just buy people's things and sell it to other people. It was just so off brand for us. And I decided from that point, we're going to have to start manually approving people because I want to get eyeballs on the people who are requesting to be partners with us. if that didn't happen until now, like many years into my affiliate experience. So you may want to auto approve people to keep things simple to start, but just sharing that little experience. And then you decide, is it the first person who shares the link with you or the last person that shared that link with that person? So for example, let's say I'm promoting the digital clutter cure and somebody knows two partners that are both sharing that. And so they may be on two people's email lists, both of whom are sharing the digital clutter cure. So who gets the credit for that sale? Is it the first person that they clicked on or the last person they clicked on? Since Amy Porterfield does the last, that is what I've always followed. So even if they clicked on your link, but now somebody else closes the deal and gets them to join, it's whoever that last person is that shared the link's going to be the one that gets credit. And then you decide how long the cookie tracks. If this is all going over your head, watch my affiliate marketing masterclass in Ignite. I talk about cookies and what it means, but I do a 30-day cookie. Some people do 60 days, a month, 90 days, different things. So basically I am helping you track sales for anybody you bring into my world for 30 days. After that, if they were to buy things, it's still not tracking back to you, because most times when I'm promoting a program, it's during a launch and within 30 days, that launch would end. So that's why I do that 30-day tracking, but you get to choose that there. For me, okay, this is a different cookie, Terry. This is the cookie that tracks affiliates, meaning when people share a link, there's a code that lets people know there's first party cookies, there's third party cookies. You're talking about third party cookies. Third party cookies and Facebook and all that's one thing. This is a first party cookie. Don't y'all love all this tech stuff? First party cookie means like a person is sharing a product or program with someone else as a referring partner. And so those are not going away. Affiliate marketing is still valid. Okay. So everything I'm sharing is still alive and good. But you are deciding how long that tracking is happening. Now, with the whole Apple privacy thing, there are people who say, you can't track me. But for most people, the settings they choose is third party tracking, not first party tracking. Okay. Two different things. So I have not had any issues with people not getting credit for the links that they're sharing. So far, all has gone well. I do require people to connect a business PayPal account as a partner because it's the only way I can auto pay them. So I have yes on here. And then Lydia says, now that you use PayPal in your check, how do you, yeah. So now that I have to use PayPal, I go into PayPal usually every 2 weeks to see if anyone has canceled their membership or a payment with me. And if they have, then I basically put them on our spreadsheet for cancellation. And then whenever their subscription billing period ends, they get removed all the access. So now I'm okay with them doing it because it's just letting me know that they no longer want to continue, but that also means that everything gets revoked. Okay. When I was doing split payments, that's when I was getting more into an issue. For memberships, it hasn't been bad. But yeah, if you're doing split payments, you just need to make sure you're checking PayPal consistently. All right. So this is an important thing to know for everyone who's using ThriveCart as for their affiliate program. This little link target thing is very important because I don't want my affiliates just sharing their unique link to a checkout page. I actually want them sharing the link to my sales page, but my sales page is in Kajabi. So this is how you are able to add any URL you want. Doesn't matter if your sales page is built on Timbuktu.com. Okay. You can take the link to that sales page and paste it here. And that is what puts the link into their partner dashboard. And so it tracks everybody going to the sales page all the way through to the ThriveCart checkout page. So if they're sharing the digital clutter cure, I would have a link in here that's banishbusinessclutter.com/digital, because that's what creates the partner link that they need to share. So very important. And you can actually have multiples of this, meaning I also may want them to share the link to my bookmark folder system, which is a free thing, because I want people to be able to share even free resources for me, because that's what ads gives them, that 30-day cookie tracking. If somebody shares my bookmark folder training and then that person buys any of my programs in 30 days, it all tracks back to that partner's link from bookmark folder system. But you can't just add that link anywhere. You have to add that link to a product. And so I might put my digital link in here, and then I would say add more, and I would say free bookmark training, and I would add a link to my bookmark training system. So any lead magnets that make sense for your partners to share, this is where you put them, so that on the partner dashboard, they can choose to send free things or paid things. Okay. All of this is going to apply if you're building an affiliate program in ThriveCart. Otherwise, just keep going. Okay. If you're not doing the affiliates, you would just not click this and you would hit next. So this is the next part. See how we went from product tab to fulfillment tab? Because I've completed all 5 of these. Now I'm on the fulfillment tab. This step right here is, where do you want them to go after they've purchased or after they've filled out their information? Like, what's going to happen? So a couple things right here. First of all, what is the URL? No, this is your support email. So my email is always support@banishedbusinessclutter.com. So that's what I put in here, because this will be at the bottom of the receipt. Have questions, contact whatever you're putting in here. So make sure you put in your support email, whatever that is, and then you're going to say what's happening next. So you could display their invoice, which makes sense if it's like a digital download, but I almost always send them to a URL, because I want them going to a confirmation page I've created in Kajabi. If you are not sending them to another site, you can 100% just display their invoice, and then on the invoice, it will take them to that product or course. But if you're using a different tool like I do, you can just send them to a URL. I always have like some sort of thank you or confirmation page with confetti, and it's like, woohoo, you purchased whatever. And then it tells them what their next steps are. So that's where you would put that if you are choosing to do that option. I'm going to hit next. And now we're finally in the place where we get to design the checkout page. So inside ThriveCart, you can click Browse Gallery, and you'll look in here that they have a bunch of templates. So like, here's sales carts, here's checkout pages. So you can come in here and pick a template to start with, or you can build from scratch, of course. But I'm going to go ahead and just pick one so I can show you how easy it is to edit. Which one do I want? Why don't we do this one? Yep, contact information. Actually, I'm pretty picky with these. Let's just see what some of the other ones are. I've actually bought quite a few templates from people. A lot of these are more sales templates, and they might lead to a checkout page, or they might have the checkout right on it. But I think I do want to start with one of these checkouts. Let's just do this one right here. This one's good. All right, so I'm going to click that. I'm going to hit select. So now it's uploading this template in here. Now, just so you know, if you ever do buy a template from someone, a ThriveCart template, I've bought many, they will almost always give you instructions on how to import that into your ThriveCart account. So if you get it, it's stuck and you're not sure how to do it, let me know. I can always answer that on a Q&A. But now that you're in here, okay, this is where you're editing what they will see when they're on the checkout page. So one nice thing about ThriveCart is their editing features are very simple. So anything you want to edit, you can actually edit right here in the page. One of the things I'm not a fan of in Kajabi is like, I can click on what I want to edit, but then I have to edit it over here on the left, right? Many of you are familiar with that. With this, I can literally just type in here. Which is a little nice. I've kind of got a little spoiled with this. And so you can put bullet points. You see how I can change the text color. I can center it. I have all of my things right here, bolded, underline, whatever I want to do with it, right? Just be sure to hit save on any of that. So that's really nice. The other thing is right over here in the top left where it says block options. So see where it says elements? Let's just say I want to add an image above this title. It's as simple as grabbing, or here's video, could do the same thing. I just grab this and drop it. Okay, so I don't know if you saw that, but I kind of drug it over there. And so now there's an image block here. If I go back, maybe I even want to add a video under that. So I'm just dragging it, dropping it. Did it go? Sometimes drag and drop doesn't work for me, but I don't see it on there now. Maybe this is the one. Let's do one thing at a time. So just so you know, once you have added this right here, you need to upload an image in order to get it into the library first. And then once it's uploaded, you can pick which one you want and then just hit use image. So I'm just going to pick this one. I'm going to say use image, and that's what loads it onto the page. Once it's on the page, all of this is movable. So I can take this element, this title, and put it above it. So now the title's up here. I could even decide I want the image down here at the bottom. Whoops, I don't think I grabbed it right. See how it's like drop element here? Maybe I want it under this third bullet point. So you can move things around pretty easily. The other thing you can do is adjust the padding if you need it to have more margins, that sort of thing. I literally learned Kajabi by just coming in here and playing with it. That's how I learn all my titles. Maybe you want an FAQ section. Okay, you can drag and drop that in there. So they've got lots of different things, dividers, all of that. Now this little video thing, see, now I can drop it. Before I couldn't, probably because I had something highlighted. But if I'm in here, see how it says enter your embed code. It does not say upload video. So in Kajabi, whenever you add a video to something, it says upload video, and you just upload the video file. But remember, I told you can't store videos in ThriveCart. You would have to have an embed code. So you're getting it from YouTube, StreamYard, Zoom, something. And as soon as you paste your embed code in here, that video will be viewable. Okay. Can you add a TNC? What was TNC? Or do you have that in another page? Oh, terms and conditions. Is that what we're saying, Terry? Okay. Yes, 100%. You want to add your terms and conditions. I have them at the bottom of all of my ThriveCart pages. Excuse me. So I think that is under, I gotta remember where that is. I don't think it's in elements. I think it's in the actual page itself. Okay, so here I am in pages. There's copy design. I'm gonna have to look at one of my pages to figure out where it's located. Sorry, I have something in my throat. Let me just come down here. That's it. Okay, so this defaults to this footer. So see how now when I click on the footer, see over here where it says add custom footer links. When you click here, you just hit set up footer links and you put them all in here. So I have my terms and conditions, I have my disclaimer, my refund policy, my privacy policy. And important, you got to have terms and conditions and privacy at least on your pages, especially if you're running ads. Okay, so very, very easy to add all of your links. You can decide if you want to take off the Powered by ThriveCart thing. So all of that's editable in here. Okay. Notice how over here, it's auto-fed the two things I set up earlier. See how it says 3 times 97 or 247. This is all coming from that information I entered before. You can't edit this here. That has to be edited in pricing. So if you don't like what it says, you're going to have to go back to pricing and fix it, and then it'll automatically update here. Okay. Haya, you can go on my website on any page and you'll see all of my terms and conditions and everything at the very bottom. I don't have, I don't know that you can copy mine, honestly, because I know it's different per state, different things, but there are definitely, if you want to go on there to at least see what mine look like, you are welcome to. Down here, sometimes this is all auto-formulated and it makes sense. Other times I'm like, you know what? I don't even want this block on here. That block's actually fine. But like, let's say I come up here and I'm like, I don't want this to show for whatever reason. Okay. And so I'm going to say delete. You can delete an element if you don't need it. This almost looks like, yeah, this is a 2-page checkout. Notice how it says customer payment. What this page is doing is actually asking for contact information before we get to the checkout page. So I have never done one like this. I always just do a 1-page checkout where they see all the information, payments, they put in their information all on this page. They don't have to go to a separate page to put in their credit card information. But this one, it looks like is set up as page 2. If that's the case, then you just know that up here, you have an extra page to edit. Okay, so this is cart step 1. If I want to change the step 2, which is where they're going to go when they click on this button, I just click that. And now this is what they say. I mean, this is fine. This looks super slick. I've just never used this template. Okay. But see, look at this. Now that we're on the payment page, see how it says credit card, but it also says PayPal. And notice how it's asking for card information. But because of those extra enhanced options I picked, the other choices for them are now Afterpay, Affirm, and Klarna. And all 3 of these options give them the ability to do multiple payments through those platforms instead of through yours. So for my programs that are like $13.97, I don't do a payment plan anymore. I just offer this so that they can set it up through Afterpay or any of these options, because I that way get my money up front, but they can set up a payment plan through one of these tools. All right, we've talked about that in a few of our Q&As, but just wanted to mention that here. A paid invoice is emailed to them from ThriveCart. And so if you are using Kajabi as well, you want to make sure your Kajabi one is turned off. You don't want emails coming from multiple places. So you would just want to send it through ThriveCart. That way it has their payment information. You can set up those settings in ThriveCart as well. The other last step is this success page. So if you are not sending them to another URL, remember how I told you I'm sending them to a Kajabi landing page? If you're not doing that, then you have one more page to edit, and that is the success page. This success page, to me, yes, you could make it look better, but I would for sure. I would at least put some sort of image on here, thank them for their order, give them their next steps. It's an invoice right here on the page. That's all fine and good. But I like I said, I like going to a more robust thing that has their next steps. So you either need to add those in here or send them to a different URL. If you're sending them to a different URL, you don't need to worry about editing this page. Okay. So how do I get my ThriveCart purchases actually connected to Kajabi? So first things first, make sure you're always saving your changes. Make sure you are always checking the mobile view. I can't say this enough for everyone on all platforms, but notice up here how you have a desktop mobile. If I click on mobile, you need to check and make sure the order of things makes sense on mobile, because sometimes ThriveCart puts it in a funky order because of the way the columns are. And the cool thing that I do love about this is you can literally move these blocks around, and it's just changing the mobile view. So if I want this title, for example, to be moved down or whatever, it's not letting me do it right now. Probably because I just had too much happening here. But anyway, normally, I don't think we saved this. Let me just save it real quick. I haven't added a lot to this, but let's just, I don't know why it's not letting me click on this one thing. I think this whole thing must be a block. Yep. So let's try and move this. It's letting me, that's really bizarre. Normally I can move all of this around. What happens if I hit next? Huh. That doesn't normally happen. Let me go back to step 1. Just be aware that normally you can move these elements around. Oh, you need to hold the corner in from up here. So bizarre. Normally I have no issues with this. There's got to be a different way. Okay. But after you have saved it, you've checked your mobile view, everything's done. You're going to exit. It's always going to say exit without saving. If you've saved it, you're good. Just hit exit without saving. And so now we have designed this page. And so the last thing is how do we get the URL? So when you hit next here, you can set up Google Analytics with this, Facebook and all of that, but you can even set up rules. Like you can say sending this email and doing different things. I set up all of my automations with Zapier to Kajabi, so I don't typically have to do anything here. Others of you, depending on what tools you're connecting, you would do add a rule. So when this is purchased, what do you want to happen? Okay. Am I basically putting them on a Google sheet? Am I connecting them with ConvertKit? That sort of thing. So you might have some options here. I never have to use this because I use Zapier. So I'm just going to hit save and get URL. This URL is the URL that you put. You either share this directly or you add it to the buttons of your sales page. Okay, this is where people end up going. Now, if you're in test mode, it will always have this warning at the top. And that's really good because you don't want to see that warning if it's live. But since I'm in test mode, I can literally come in here and pretend that I'm buying this product and it won't actually charge me. See how it says copy card number? You can do the same thing in Kajabi. They just don't tell you. But yes, if you do a generic number, this 424242, and you just put in any expiration date, any card number, any zip code, blah, 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 you can actually hit complete order to go through the process and see what happens. So it's very easy to test inside here. All right. See, it's processing, but it's really just pretending. I mean, like it'll send me a receipt. It'll send me to the success page. It'll do anything that I've set up. So that's really great. Now, because I use Kajabi, how do I make this work? You have to set this up through what's called a Kajabi form. And so inside Kajabi, can I search forms? Nope, I can't search forms. So I'm going to just do my Mac Finder, which is Command F, and I'm going to put in ThriveCart. Okay. So as you can see, we have a number of ThriveCart forms. And the reason why is because Zapier will create a Kajabi form anytime something's purchased in ThriveCart. That's what the Zap does. And so through this form is where I'm telling Kajabi what to do when this happens. Okay. So they purchase in ThriveCart. Zapier goes, oh, there's a purchase in ThriveCart. We need to tell this Kajabi form that this purchase has happened. And because I have this form set up, that's subscribing them to an email sequence, adding a tag, granting an offer, all of this happens seamlessly. When you have ThriveCart, Zapier, and Kajabi all set up correctly. And this is the part that took so long because we, like I said, moved over like nine of these products at least. And so for each and every one, we needed a form, we needed a Zap, we needed a ThriveCart product. So it was 3 steps for each and everything. So just so you know, how do I get them access to a course I have in Kajabi? It's all through this form because notice it says grant an offer. Well, I have this offer in Kajabi because I sold it through Kajabi forever. If you don't have this offer in Kajabi, you're going to have to build the offer, and then you grant it to them from this form. It's very techy. I'm not going to lie, but it's not hard once you get the system. So Jean and I Jean's on my team. We worked very hard together to learn ThriveCart, figure out how Zapier worked, figure out how the form worked. Once you get the first one done, it's like, okay, I just have to do that now. How many more times, depending on how many offers you have. Okay. And so the Zapier, I'll just show you what it looks like real quick. Let's get logged in here. I was just going to say, please come up with a login button. I hate when they don't. And it's like, what's the login page? I don't know. All right. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So now we're in. We got all our Zaps over here. We have many Zaps, all because of this. So we have a folder in Zapier called Forms. And these are all of the different things that we've connected ThriveCart to with Kajabi. And so again, once you've done one, it's not hard. So this is our affiliate marketing one I was just showing you. And so what does the Zap look like? So I'll just show it to you so you guys can take screenshots whenever you're setting up your next one. So product purchase, when somebody purchases the affiliate marketing workshop inside ThriveCart, what do I want to happen? I want them to create a form in Kajabi. And so when you do all of this, your form in Kajabi needs to have the same fields that you are putting on your ThriveCart checkout page. All right. So whatever those forms are, we usually do these four: full name, email, phone number, country. And so if you have address or something like that, like those two things have to match up. And then when you do a test, you have to do a test in ThriveCart with you buying it yourself, because that is how Zapier gets the information of initial contact record of somebody who's bought this. So Jean is my VA. So she tests it. That's what created those fields. And then we select each field, and that's what creates the Zap. Okay. Terry says in the same order. I don't know what you mean. In what order? Are you talking about the fields? Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is this: if both, in the fields, if it's got to be in that order, or will
No,
that?
it actually doesn't have to be in an order, because they just have to have the same fields. Because if you're wanting to match them up, you get to pick what goes where. So when it pulls the test in, it'll have everything that came in from ThriveCart, and then you pick what matches those same fields in Kajabi.
It has to
So
be written exactly like you, or just a field. That's all that
no,
matters.
you just need that field. It doesn't even have to be
Nice.
exact.
Okay, great.
Yep, you just have to have that spot in order to pick it. Okay, and then Zapier will test it. It'll make sure that it's all working. And then the key is making sure you have all the right automations on the Kajabi form, because that is what grants them all the stuff. That's what gives them the sequence. And like I said, some of you are never going to need this stuff because you don't use Kajabi. You're just using ThriveCart by itself, or you're using it with something that integrates with it naturally. That sort of thing. So hopefully this is at least giving you enough to get started. Okay. And I did share with you guys at least a few steps on setting up an affiliate program with a product. Because I do need to run, I'm going to save anything else for ThriveCart for another training. Honey, or anybody else who's setting up an affiliate program, maybe I'll do a training for the tech library on how to create your affiliate program, how to invite affiliates to join ThriveCart. Why don't we save that for another day? But hopefully this at least gives you enough to know what ThriveCart is, to have an idea if you want it, if it's going to be helpful to you. And the last thing I do want to say is I do not use ThriveCart for my courses since I have Kajabi. If you're using ThriveCart Learn, I do have a recommendation of an amazing tech trainer. Her name's Dama Ju. And I'll put in the chat a link to an upcoming live workshop that she's doing. If you're watching this like presently, you're actually going to be able to participate with her live. But if not, she'll make it into an evergreen thing. But it's lydiamartin.info/learn. Dama is who I would recommend learning how to use ThriveCart Learn. She also has amazing ThriveCart templates. I have bought many from her. Okay, so she has ThriveCart templates, ThriveCart training, affiliate training. But the biggest thing that I cannot help you with, because I don't use that portion, is I don't know how to set up your library for courses, or how to deliver and create modules and lessons for courses inside ThriveCart, because I don't need to. I do all of that in Kajabi. So if you are using ThriveCart for that, I recommend checking out what she offers. I think that workshop she's doing right now is like special price of $97. It'll be $147 after that. So something to check out if you are planning to use ThriveCart Learn. All right, y'all, I got to run. Thank you so much. Look at that. Terry, Sheila, Caroline, Haya, you all get a gold star. You hung out with me to the very end. We've been on here like 2.5 hours. I love it. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much. Again, any other questions, anything I didn't get to cover, put it in the group. We will get to it, I promise. All right, guys, have a great rest of the Wednesday. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.